Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm starting a series on Teach for India where I invite a current cohort member to answer some of the commonly asked questions on the program. In this video, Shivam, who is in his second year at the fellowship, will be talking about the onboarding process. To know the exact duration and how it was conducted online in the pandemic, watch till the end. I also want to give out a disclaimer that the views expressed by guests are their own and their appearance on the channel does not imply an endorsement of or any entity that they represent, and the content of this video is not sponsored in any way. I have already created a video on what the Teach for India program is about. In case you haven't watched that, I'm attaching the link here, and please consider looking at that before diving into the Q&A videos now. And also, if you do find this video helpful, please consider subscribing. And on that note, let's get started.
So hi, I am Shivam Bhatnagar. I am an economics graduate. I completed my graduation from Kirodimal College of Delhi University. I graduated last year, and that was the year I applied for Teach for India Fellowship in my final semester. I joined TFI amidst the pandemic in July of 2020. So that's just a very brief introduction about myself. What got me into TFI? So I think I chose TFI because I'm quite passionate about development aspects and um, and policy interventions basically, and how they trickle down to the masses. So I thought that Teach for India will be a perfect opportunity for me to provide that experience at the grassroots levels and basically see how things work at the grassroots and how it's impacting the people. And I also thought that it will give me a lot more clarity about the education system in India and the ed inequity that we face.
And then once you joined TFI, how was the onboarding process? Did they train the fellows? Was there something to help them get started with?
Yeah, so yes, exactly. There is an onboarding process. So basically, all the fellows have to go through a mandatory training at the institute. When it used to be a physical space, the physical institute used to happen in Pune in the month of May or June. So it happens twice depending on when the fellows are being recruited. But because of the virtual institute, because of the pandemic, we were introduced to the virtual institute for the first time in the history of TFI, and it was 8 weeks long, and that's a mandatory training and probation period for most of the fellows.
Okay, and what do they cover in the training period? In the sense, what is it that you go through?
I think that's a very good question. I think it's a very rigorous, a very exacting process, and very methodological about the very nitty-gritties of the fellowship, because there are so many things that they have to train us, given the very diverse background that we came from. People come from engineering backgrounds, people come after their corporate careers, and there are, of course, freshers like me who don't have a prior experience with teaching. So they have a lot to cover about the pedagogies and the vision and every particular aspect that will help us to continue with our fellowship. So it's quite rigorous, it's quite exacting in that terms. And usually it's for 1 month, but because it was a virtual institute and given the constraints of a virtual program, it was extended to a period of 8 weeks, given the weekends were off for the fellows.
Thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, as I'll also get fellows to answer more questions on the Teach for India Fellowship program, and I hope to see you in the next one.